Okay, here are some tips and tricks that will make the playthrough to not heal or using healing items a lot easier. When you get hit in casual, you will eventually heal back to caution. When the chunk comes out, bring him to a doorway. Pop him twice in the forehead with the Requiem. I think alternatively you can use those hemo things, but that's a lot of chasing him around and creating that in the first place. And the same blood can be used to create bullets for the Requiem using lockpicks and opening all of the locked tables that have the rare material to make the bullet with. Now, once he explodes, he'll drop this pendant. It negates lethal damage at an increased rate, so you have more of a chance to not die. Secondly, these things, all of them are quite handy. Extra backpack space, this is more blood space, the inhibited is a more firepower, and the steroids do not count as healing. Now for Leon, break them doors like I just did, and buy that gun when you're out of Requiem bullets for certain moments. You can sell the Requiem for nothing, and you can actually sell the Ghost back for 7 grand later on, same price you brought it for, and then rebuy the Requiem if you really need to, although you really shouldn't have to. This next tip was actually something I seen on TikTok. I don't quite remember the account, but when you enter Raccoon City as Leon, you'll actually have health back, and when you enter this fight, you'll have health back, and afterwards you'll have health back. Now I had some unfortunate circumstances where I lost some health, but anyway, onto the Mr. X fight. If you just keep popping him in the chest, absolutely laying into him with the rifle, I took the scope off to make it easier, he will go down quite easily. He's not much of a trouble at all. In fact, sometimes you won't even have to be parrying him because you're keeping him at a distance and he's going to stagger repeatedly like that, making the fight quite easy. But again, if he does hit you, if you do lose health, don't stress about it. It's not going to be a major factor. You will always regenerate back to a certain amount, a little bit of health. Now, I made several mistakes down here at the trees and ended up losing health like that. I really should have just used the pistol or used the rifle. There's certain ones that you can't avoid getting hit from unless you grenade them first, but I wanted to save the grenades for later. You will see why. And right now, I know that this Requiem, technically this thing is a Requiem, you don't need it that much later. And when you do need it, you will find ammo for it, trust me.
Just so you know,
so this plant bus, pretty simple. You're supposed to be trying to parry those or just walking out of the way of them. I actually couldn't be bothered doing either. I was just mildly walking back and forth shooting him. Pretty easy boss fight. Just don't get hit too much. Blow up the canisters. Now, even in the hunk boss fight, it really does not matter if you get hit too much. You will regenerate the health back. But to avoid getting hit, make sure you're ready to parry. Don't hit him too many times and get overexcited. Don't even bother wasting bullets too much. I think I did one time when I knocked him down because it just seemed like a good moment to shoot him. Yeah, I think it's like right there, I ended up shooting him, which as you see, it doesn't seem to do damage. It seems to reflect off him somehow. I don't know. Either way, the point is this boss fight is pretty manageable if you just take your time, hit parries. It's not exactly Sekiro. I still ended up screwing up, and right here, I don't have a recovery item, right? But I have noticed that when you get hit in casual, sometimes there will be a recovery item in the inventory. I don't know why. Make sure you go in and you delete this in case you accidentally tap that button.
trouble. This guy was one tough bastard.
Coming from you, that's quite the compliment.
Moving on to Grace's part, if you've already done a playthrough, you'll actually have the safe codes if you've picked them up. It's going to be super handy for this bit. Also, the glass bottles, you should have been collecting them throughout the entire game playthrough and putting them in the storage to pull out now. But not really that crucial. There is glass bottles around here. Unfortunately, just then I wasted one, but that is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to throw a glass bottle. He tries to do that, whatever. But you come up here, this first one will have a Molotov in it. Just in case you need it, the code is right about here. Again, don't pick up the health, just pick up the Molotov. These things won't actually die to just a Molotov, so you will have to shoot them a few times. Try to go for headshots. Then don't forget to collect the blood as much as possible in this part. If you had blood packs or something saved up, make sure you have them. This part, make sure you unlock that door, pop him in the head, run around and come around if he's not on the roof, because sometimes he'll just be on the roof or somewhere around and he won't be that much of a problem. But if you just lead him in there, he'll just hang out in the office. You're free to go grab the acid bottle and splash it in his face. Now the reason it was better to use the safe first is because this guy on the stairs, you now have a spare bottle for. Now, you don't really have to kill him, you can sneak past, but let's be honest, let's be safer and just kill him. Coming up to the next room, you also have the code for that, hopefully. This will just have like a few things in it that you can create more of the acid with, as well as next to it is the formula for the acid.
Control center. Noah.
Oh yeah, and a whole extra acid. And if you accidentally pick up the metajectors, like I said before, just delete them. You don't want to accidentally use it this far in. Now you can create this. I believe it only takes 2 of the liquors, right, to create an entire acid bottle. So they're like 40 blood each. Pretty easy if you have spare bottles. Right there is another acid bottle. Right there is a great example of sometimes they don't know they're dead, even though you hit them with an acid bottle, and if they see you, they will still hit you. But this should help you to just kind of glide through. Make sure you open these containers unless you hear a zombie in it, because unless you want blood, there's not much point of opening the ones with zombies in it. There are a few that have things like ammunition or glass bottles to create more acid with. They're kind of important to pick up. But yeah, sometimes you just open it, it's going to be like absolutely nothing sandwich. Grace doesn't really have a boss fight beyond here, so it's not insanely crucial. She has 1,000 ammunition on her. Alright, so coming to these parts, there's actually a really decent way I found of doing it. Let me just craft some ammo real quick. What you want to do is just find the zombie, pop him in the head, and that should trigger both sides of these things to start running at you. You want to wait for the moment where they just both are right there, and right here this thing goes to hit me because it doesn't know it's dead yet. Be very aware of the fact that a lot of the time they do not know they're dead yet, so they will try to hit you. The other two beyond that room, when you grab the ball, you can literally run past them, it doesn't matter, but these two, you have to wait until they're like converging right next to each other. Bang. Now they're both going to die, just make sure they don't hit you. Now for Leon's part, when you grab that axe of Hunk, right, and you come here, there is a legendary module for 100 whatever, right? That combined with Hung Seng when you sell it should be enough to be upgrading your guns, because realistically you can't really buy health. It's not really much point in buying ammunition when it's everywhere. You should be upgrading your guns to be doing more damage and holding more and stuff. I probably should have mentioned that at the start, but that's what I did the entire playthrough, leveling them up, except for this one, which it classes as an SMG, so you don't need to upgrade that. And also, if you replace the Requiem with the Ghost, it's a fully upgraded Requiem kind of thing, so you don't have to upgrade that either. Now, this part, I found the hunting rifle style of things, like the scopeless sniper rifle upgraded, was the easiest thing to use to get through this. As you will see, it absolutely cuts through them, and I think on normal difficulty and standard classic, it only takes like 3 shots from this thing anyway. Also, the silenced upgraded version, you lose a lot of damage for reload speed. This part, do not panic. Even though that kind of screwed me over with the aim assist, realistically these parts you just need to get their attention, throw the bomb, run immediately to the other bomb and get ready to throw it. Now this part, hopefully you kept your grenades. Hopefully you held on to them, because it's going to be super handy for this part. You don't really need to be shooting every last one of these. And I try not to waste the sniper rifle ammo either, because it's kind of important. Like, it's my favorite gun in this game at the moment for just the damage and reliability of it.
Let's get this over with.
Alright, easy dispatch. Now, when you come up to this boss fight, do not worry if you're low health and you get hit. It will regenerate. However, while fighting this guy, you're going to have to repeatedly keep laying into him. I think I actually skipped the part where he pulls out an RPG just because of how much damage I was doing to him. But when he jumps up here and he starts charging up his ki like he's about to go Super Saiyan or something, don't stress. Keep hitting him. Make sure in a spot that you can actually run from, and wait for him to start doing it, and just run on out. And then again, he's going to try to jump. You just want to make sure that you're running on out. It's pretty simple rotation for the fight. I don't know why he kept spamming it, but yeah, it wasn't too much of a problem. I don't know if this had hit me at this health, if I would have died. I'm not really 100% sure, because, well, I didn't let him hit me. This was pretty dragged out. I don't know, maybe if you had like the infinite rocket launcher, you could just like spam past this bit. I don't know. Speaking of the infinite weapons, that was the entire point of me completing this. So I went and did Leon's, what was it? Something well earned or something. It's where you get like enough combat experience points. And then, what's her face's Grace's blood collection. And then of course, completing this grants you the ability to buy infinite ammo. Now for this fight part, don't worry about getting hit yet again, but do try to block whenever you see his arms come down. You could just parry them. Take that Jill shit to do like a whole roll and stuff, just to do the same thing. But here we have Leon for some reason just blocking it with an axe. Long story short, just make sure you keep on it with a fast weapon. It doesn't need to do a lot of damage except for the brighter ones, I believe, or the darker ones I should say. They take a lot more damage to take out. But as long as you're keeping your parrying up, it's not really that much of a problem to be hit by these things. And bam, I think that should be it. He just picks you up, you just gotta spam your way out of it. Bada bing, bada boom, does the attack. Mission complete. You didn't have to heal the entire time. And like I said, that's now allowed me to get infinite ammo, and I should be able to complete Insane difficulty with that. And then I'll probably do another playthrough of Insanity without infinite ammo, just to see how crazy it gets. Anyway, hope this helps.